Oh, he's on the ground floor. Alright, I'm going up. Probably gonna have to die so I can get my first aid kit for whatever gunfight is about to ensue, but you know what? Think about all the stuff I just did. It's worth it. Oh, I have to go below me. Well, I'm at the end of the island. Oh, there's a little island off the coast over there. Alright, now I can just run right downstairs and go in.
Nick, I should have tried harder to find a place.
Shut up.
Impressive technique.
Just shoot him.
A completely unnecessary detective.
You could just end this right now.
I highly doubt that. Hey, hey! Keep your hands where I can see them.
Seriously, Nick? What are you gonna do, arrest me?
That was the old Nick.
Yes. I saw what you did to Stoddard. And then you flew all the way across the country to rob me? Well, you just might be the most ruthless son of a bitch I've ever known.
Could just shoot him.
Still, I don't think you're cold-blooded enough to shoot an unarmed man. If you wanted to kill me, you would have done it already. So what do you really want, Nick?
Depends what you're offering.
Finally, you're asking the right question.
What's the offer?
Simple. The world. I want you to help me run my organization, then take it over when I'm gone.
Well, I think I just proved your organization has a few holes.
Well, who better to plug them? Huh? Look around. You're all alone, Nick. Wonder why.
My friends had somewhere else to be.
No. No, you sent them away. You see, I think you finally figured out who you really are. You're just like me.
Really?
More criminal than cop.
Oh, it's true. I've been doing some dirty shit.
You know what? You're right.
How's your mother, Nick?
Okay. We got Dawes. Open the passage. There's a passage in here? What, the door? What the hell? Oh, square to interact.
Tell me, Nick, when you pulled the trigger, did I look surprised?
He knew he was gonna die.
There's a bookshelf near my desk. Behind it is a passageway. Open it up.
Here you go, it's the gold dragon.
I framed you because I didn't think you were a realist. Good guys never are. But I invited you out here because I hoped that maybe I was wrong. That maybe you were salvageable. You see what I've done as corruption. Favors rendered, money procured. No. The cops I've been working with, police chiefs, commissioners I'm talking about. Oh, you'd be shocked by how fast they cooperated. And it's not because they're bad men. The problem is risk. My customers sell something millions of people want. I've reduced risk. For cop, criminal, for everybody. And everyone was willing to look the other way. Except you.
So what, he's the ultimate criminal? What is it? There's nothing in here.
What I've built can't be taken apart. There's too much at stake. Too many lives and reputations. So congratulations, Detective. It's all yours.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Now what are you gonna do with it?
Alright, so then there's the epilogue. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Or maybe not. He leaves him with his entire arsenal of gathered materials. All the money in the world he could possibly do anything with. Gold and everything. Well, to be completely honest, the campaign was simple, but I really didn't expect much out of it, and that's basically what it was. There wasn't too much to really sink your teeth into, I feel. I mean, is it open-ended? Maybe. I doubt they're ever going to make a Hardline 2. I really do. But what I will say about the campaign is I most certainly really like the stealth aspect about it. The stealth aspect, and not only the stealth aspect, but the warrant system, so similar to Star Wars Bounty Hunter, which, you know, who would have thought that years later I would find a game just like it, you know, in this. Very weird and ironic considering now EA owns the Disney. EA and Disney now have a partnership. But story-wise, wasn't anything too much, you know, kind of your typical first-person shooter campaign. At least I'll say this, at least even though this campaign I will say is a little similar to Advanced Warfare, it's certainly not nearly as bad as Battlefield 3 directly biting off of Black Ops 1. But still, nothing major. What I will say though is I am completely in love with the multiplayer aspect of this game. The multiplayer aspect of this game is really fun. I really enjoy it, and I really wish I had more people to play with. That's my one gripe with the multiplayer, or at least with my friends, is I don't have anyone really who wants to play this game with me, you know, as much as I want to play it. I mean, the multiplayer has problems, but it's nothing, you know, terrible. You know, certainly I'm enjoying it much more than, say, Battlefield 4. But the problem is, you know, I have no one to play with and thus no one to record with, so I really haven't felt the urge to record anything of it. But campaign story, what would I give it? I'm probably gonna say like a 5 out of 10. Like it gets the stamp of approval. It's good. It was interesting. You know, I wanted to sit through and continue it from start to finish. Gameplay wise, what would I give the campaign? I'd probably give it literally a 9 out of 10. Because the gameplay about the entire campaign was interesting, different, certainly much better held together than Battlefield 4. I'd say that the whole game basically feels like it's held together very nicely, unlike Battlefield 4, which kind of felt like it was falling apart at the seams. This game most certainly holds up really well. You know, 60 frames, you know, the cutscenes are very smooth. Here's the thing I'll say, and I'm going to say all this again in the verdict. I like the narrative of the game. I like how it flows from bit to bit, but I don't like the story. Like, I like the way they present the story, they talk about the story, but I don't like the story too much itself. I think the story is very dry, very cut, you know, and the ending is kind of, I don't know, short. Not really much to it. It's an epilogue as you walk down steps. But I like the way that... So think about it like this. It would be like if there was a book you hated, but Morgan Freeman was narrating it, you know? And now they're playing the multiplayer victory music. I don't know why. Alright, well, like usual, let's see if there's anything after the credits. You know, typically in a lot of games, what happens is if you skip the credits, you skip whatever's at the end. So I don't want to skip ahead because the one, like I always say, the one game I skip the credits in is the game that's going to do that. They did used to do that in games. They don't do it too much anymore. But certainly this, like, the narrative of the campaign, good. The gameplay, great. Definitely the music of this game is pretty good too. So yeah, that was interesting. Now, what would I want to see with a Hardline 2? I'm not really too sure because I don't really know where they would go off of this story. I mean, they really didn't build it up too much, you know what I mean? It's almost, like I said, it's almost exactly like what I felt about Advanced Warfare. You know, they kind of built up the story almost to a halfway point, and then they kind of walked back the other way for the remainder of it. You know, it didn't go anywhere really that much. Certainly not the worst first-person shooter campaign. In fact, just on gameplay merits alone, this is one of the best first-person shooter campaigns I've played in years. Like, literally years. Definitely leaps and bounds better than any other Battlefield campaign I've played. Probably better than most of the COD campaigns I played. This is probably one of my overall favorite FPS campaigns of the 7th and 8th generation. Going back any further, I'd have to, you know, do a reevaluation of a lot of these games. But yeah, it was fun, it was interesting, and it was certainly different. I wonder what it's saving or loading right now. Saving that I beat the campaign, I guess, but now the only thing left to do is I know that there's a couple of achievements that you can do in this campaign for like doing bonus silly stuff. So I know that one of them I think was to climb up the side of the mountain like that, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple others that I've missed. So I'll have to look and see. There are a couple other ones I got when I replayed some missions for earlier stuff, including finding the panic room in that weird level. Now the thing about it is, if you didn't get caught like I did, you actually they tell you, oh hey, I think there's a room behind here, and if you go in there, you know, after taking them out, you actually find that there is a room back there, and that's where the evidence was that I was looking for, that was seemingly inside of a wall. But pretty good, especially for a game which, up until 2 months ago, I really even wasn't sure if I was interested in it. I know for a fact that when Battlefield Hardline, when it was announced, I was kind of like, whatever, I'm indifferent, I don't know anything about it, I'm not interested enough to know anything about it. But playing the beta with Surgster 2 really kind of changed my opinion. I really like that. I always enjoy playing the beta of a Battlefield game. It's kind of almost a thing I do on my channel now, just given. But I really enjoy playing it with Surgster 2. I think that it was certainly refreshing. It was fun. And it actually really convinced me to buy this game. And I really, like usual, Visceral Games delivers. You know, they're one of the few studios under EA that still makes games that I still like. And I've loved them since Dead Space. I loved them since Dead Space 2. Well, Dead Space 3 was okay, you know, it wasn't anything amazing, it wasn't anything too terrible, but Dead Space 2 is probably on my list of top games of all time. I really feel I really enjoyed that game. Dead Space 1 is also up there, but I think it's a little lower. But I do love Visceral. I do think that they do a good job, and I really enjoy playing their games. So this one, everything else by EA, I'm not too excited for Battlefront. I think that they kind of, you know, did the usual and ruined it. The usual stuff that EA typically does with any franchise, just like what they did with Medal of Honor, what they're doing to Need for Speed, you know, the usual. I'm not too excited for Battlefront. I think that that's just going to really be copy paste Battlefield. And, you know, it's going to be way smaller scale than Battlefront 2, excuse me. I might have said Battlefield. And, I don't know, EA really doesn't have too many other franchises. They kind of killed them all. Sims, I think the Sims are almost done. They're barely hanging in there. So, yeah. Alright, so let's see what they have in store for us at the end of the campaign here. They're listing all the copyrights. Very good. Very, very good. Watch, there's gonna be nothing. They're gonna boot me to the start screen, watch. Or as I like to call it, the brick wall. Oh my lord, there's no way to speed this up, ever. Oh man, it's times like this where I really miss the Smash Bros. Style of doing credits. Oh shit, you can actually adjust the speed of it. Holy crap, I slowed it down. Here we go. I missed the Smash Bros. Like a little mini game where you shoot at the credits. I thought that was pretty interesting when I was a kid. Little did I know I would spend hours of my life sitting on walls of credits. Oh, there we go. You've unlocked a new difficulty mode. Choose Hardline difficulty for the ultimate challenge. That's probably it. And the outro? Nope. Alright, so that is it. So basically what you can do is you can restart the entire campaign, and essentially from there, let me guess, you can choose, oh no, don't restart that. Yep, see, here we go. An uncompromising difficulty level for the truly battle tested. Aiming is unassisted. You'll have no recovery time between bullet hits. Plan your encounters strategically and remain in stealth as long as possible to survive. Yeah, basically you replay the entire campaign in stealth. So you do what I did again. Last mission, you just basically run to the end, shoot that one guy at the end, and then you're done. And yeah, you know, every other mission you got to play it a little differently. You know, don't worry about the collectibles or the warrants. Just do what you got to do and get in and out. And I guess you could probably go open, you know, shoot people, but it's probably just literally running around with suppressed weapons trying to kill people and not be found. But alright, that is it for the Hardline campaign. It has been a pleasure to play something so different and so innovative in so many ways. And I will see you guys later for other stuff. See ya.